cool because I hit the button. Bates, what's good with you?
What's good, man? What's up, man? I'm just enjoying my Sunday, brother. I had homework to do. I had to do the laundry. I had to do like adult things on Sunday because
Gosh.
the week is the grind. Saturday is when you just be like, I get to be irresponsible, and then Sunday you have to get ready for everything else during the week to be responsible again. So, like, I got school tomorrow. Had to do my homework. I got to do a project presentation as like an electrical company and stuff. So I got that all prepped. I'm good. I was watching Painbot play Sam Show in the Ronin Rumble tournament. Uh,
You were watching now. Let's be real. You were coaching, right?
I was coaching, but it was mostly him. No, it was mostly him. He did good too. He got fifth. Played solid. He actually played with Earthquake some too, and I think he got some good experience with Earthquake. So Charlotte and Earthquake, that's a pretty good combo for your matchup. So I like it, man. I think if we just keep practicing with Earthquake and Charlotte, he's gonna be good. It's just he's got to get better at transitioning from one character to the next, and I think he can do it, man. I have full confidence in him. It's just a frustrating process, but anything worth having is probably gonna be hard to get. So I don't, you
I
know, with-
I kind of laugh at you saying a frustrating process and pain bot because they go hand in hand. Let's be real.
yeah, they do, they do. It's funny. It's funny, but I feel his pain because I see how hard he works.
Yeah,
So
yeah. And that kind of leads me. This leads me so well to the first thing I was gonna ask you because real talk, I wasn't gonna hit you up for like a couple of people. You're gonna be like maybe three or four down the road because since I just got done talking to Painbot, you seem like the obvious next person, right?
okay,
But
okay.
but you went and said some pretty bold stuff on Twitter. You said one thing, and that sparked this whole thing. So next week on the 7th, plus two is coming back, right?
Plus two, baby.
All right. And they're adding now. Make sure I get this lined up. They're adding. Dad is adding $100 for Sam Show, right?
Yes, I put up 50, and shout outs to Kraken. He put up. That's Marco. He put up 50.
Oh, okay. So
So that's that match.
it's not 100 plus 50. It's 50 plus 50 for the 100.
Yes, yes, yes. It's not 150. It's like I put up 50, Kraken put up 50, and it's 100 total on a pop bonus.
Okay. So the question I had is, you put in 50, and
Of my own money. Yes, I did.
you're not worried about that, right?
No, not at all.
You getting it back?
I'm getting it back. I'm getting it back. You know why I'm getting it back?
Why?
Because I get it back. Even let's say I lose, right? Which I doubt it. But let's say I do lose.
Okay.
I still got people to look at my game. I got people to come out and play Sam Show who probably wouldn't have come out and play Sam Show had there not been a pop bonus. And let's keep it real. You throw pop bonuses in front of tournaments, people are interested.
Yeah.
So, I'm just trying to get eyes on the game. I love this game, I'm gonna shield the hell out of this game. I just want everybody to give it a try. I think we have a lot of good players who can really excel at this game. It's just maybe they're not sure or they don't have the game and they don't want to drop the money on it. So I'm saying, hey man, I just want to give everybody a reason to play this game because that's what it comes down to. If you want people to play your game, you have to give people reasons to play your game. And this is one of them. I couldn't wait for this plus two because we didn't run one in August because there's a lot of stuff going on. We don't just do tournaments.
Right.
I hope people understand that Data FGC, we don't do this for money. It's a community thing. I want to support the community. I want to make sure whatever game that everybody's clamoring to play, there's a tournament for it. You know what I mean? If you can make enough noise, I'm the community manager of Data FGC. So if you really love your game and you can like show me y'all gonna get a bunch of people to come out for it, just tell me, man, and we'll try to run that shit. I play damn near almost every fighting game. And I'm a true fighting game enthusiast.
So
So
this is the part where I say, "Yo, we'll be playing Gundam."
I'm dog. That's hard. That game is hard. But if you can get me some setups for that, get them boys out here on some Gundam setups, we'll run that shit. I don't care, man. I'm interested in it. It looks cool. It looks sick, man. When I watch people play Gundam, that shit looks sick.
I
So
might actually take you up on that.
If you can get the setups out here, dog, we'll run it, doggy. Let me know. Like, what we got to do, bro? What we
Uh,
got to do?
we'll talk about that. That's a long,
Okay.
winding road, but we'll talk about that.
Okay, I'm down to help, man. Like I said, it's just a community thing. So if you about it, get some eyes on it. I'm about it. You know what I mean? And that's just how I roll, man. I love fighting games. Like when people say they're a fighting game enthusiast, sometimes I'm like, really? Because are you playing? Are you at least trying every game? I love fighting games. I don't care what fighting game it is. I can watch it and have fun with it. You know what I mean? I don't
Right.
even if I don't like prefer that game, I can still have fun with it some kind of way because it's competitive and there's always like different nuances to each game. And I love them. I love them. It's like one of my favorite things. I'll be thinking about fighting games all day. So, that's what data about. That's what I'm about. So throwing up this pot, $50, sure, man. I know a lot of people would think, oh, that's bold.
Yeah, that's what I think.
That's cocky as hell. But to me, yeah, I'm sure it's cocky. I think the cocky part is me saying I'm gonna get it back. But throwing up that 50, if I love a game, I'll do it. I don't care. I don't care. I'll do that shit. If you get people to come out, because we got a great player base in Atlanta, man. I was just talking to Poke Chop about it.
Does he play Sam Show at all?
I tried to convince him, but I think he's just focused on Street Fighter and Tekken, which he's doing well in those games. I can't really say he should split his time because that's a family man. So if he feels like those are the two games he needs to spend his time on, like Ricky is very intelligent, and I think he knows where he wants to put his time. So I did say he should play Sam Show. If he considers it or not, I don't know. But I got faith. Ricky, he's gonna play what he likes.
Yeah, that's what he's done as long as I've known him. Tekken, Street Fighter, a good bit of Mortal Kombat as well.
Yeah, he can play multiple games, man. That guy is very talented and very smart, very intellectual. He's a good chess player too. He bodied me in chess.
What?
Yeah, you didn't know that?
So no, but at the same time, that doesn't surprise me because Poke Chop is the one guy in like all of the FGC where somebody tells me he does X, Y, or Z thing, and it's like I don't believe it, but I've heard it so much that I understand he does everything. Because no, the one that always gets me, I don't remember what year this happened. It was some year at Evo where somebody, I want to say it was Eris, bet him that he couldn't do a backflip, and it was like a decent amount of money, like standing backflip.
Wasn't that boy a gymnast? Wasn't he like a gymnast?
That's
a terrible bet to take.
Apparently, he was a cheerleader.
Oh, cheerleader. Oh, okay.
That's what I heard, which is why he had no problem with it. And I was like, Poke Chop, a cheerleader, even a gymnast, either one. It's like Poke Chop. That sounds so far fetched. But lo and behold, he does everything known to man. The same guy who, I don't know if he's still living in this house, but I know he built his own house.
Yeah, man. Yeah, he's doing it big, man. And he's a family man. I got much respect with Poke Chop. Much respect for Poke Chop. He's a community guy. He's streaming Axis and he's streaming 404. I don't know how he got the energy for all of that after going to work. And he streams at his house and he's got the No Round Brown. I'm happy for him, man. I'm so happy that a lot of this stuff is working out for him. And I'll support him any way I can. Any way I can, man. That's a true community guy. You know what I mean? So
you'll even support him even though he ain't supporting Sam Show right now.
I'll do it. I'll do it. I'm a little salty about him not playing Sam Show, but it's okay. It's all good, man. The guy, he plays a lot of different games, so I can't be mad. I'm looking at these Street Fighter 5 players who only play 5, though. That's the people I'm looking at like, yo, man, branch out. You think your footsies is gross? You be dodging crush counters out here? Well, let's see if you could dodge these heavy attacks and these Easterns.
Yo, who you calling out? You sound like you got some names at the tip of your tongue.
Yeah, I think Adam would be gross. Neon, I think he'd be gross at Sam Show. I think, believe it or not, I think Nazi would be gross at Sam Show. I think KV would be gross. I see a lot of our players. Oh, FGC Jesus was playing too, man. He was playing Yashimaru. I hope he's still playing. I saw him. He was doing all right.
I haven't seen him play it in a while, but Jesus is the guy. He plays everything. He's another one of those because he plays the real outlandish stuff. The
Yeah.
last big one that stands out in my mind for him is he was big in the Omen of Sorrow. And I want to say he's the only
Oh,
person in the
really?
state that touched that game.
Isn't that like an indie game that was like from South America or something?
It's from, I want to say it's a French company.
French. Okay.
Yeah, it's somewhere in Europe. And I messed with the demo because they put a demo out like 2 months ago. I want to say the game
Mhm.
is pretty interesting, but the price is too high. Like they want 50 for it, 50 or 40, and I'm
Oh,
like,
I
this.
saw the game too. It looks good for an indie game. It's just I don't know why I would see. Here's the thing, right? I look at it like this: why would I spend 50 on that when I could go play Skullgirls and play that? You know what I mean?
Don't
You
don't
have to think of
don't tell me
say
that.
what?
Don't tell me that one.
I mean, Skullgirls is godlike, man. I know you may not like it, but I think that game is very, very, very good. It's just it's underplayed. Well, I mean, it's not even underplayed. They still have a scene.
they they got uh I don't want to, what's the word I'm looking for? They got demolished by the Microsoft update. That's why it's not big.
Oh, really?
You don't remember that? Because so that game came out on 360, 360 and
Yeah, I
PS3,
remember.
right?
I bought it on 360.
And then they had the big update like shortly after the
Mhm.
game came out, and it was like maybe a month long process for PS3, but for
Okay.
360 it was like a year because it had to go through the entire Microsoft process.
Right. Yeah, they got
Yeah,
bodied.
yeah.
I was talking to PM Emmanuel, I think that's how you said his name, and he told me I actually saw him at Bolingbrook a year or two back, and they had like 4 or 5 people playing Skullgirls, and I saw some tournaments on PSN for Skullgirls, so I just figured it was still going strong, you know.
They still do weeklies if I remember correctly. I know I see it around a lot, and I see people shilling that game very hard. So
Yeah, I mean, if anything, I've learned a lot from how Under Night rose up and kind of stole a spot at Evo. Well, not stole it; they earned a spot. I should say earned a spot at Evo.
mm,
So yeah, they earned it because at the end of the day, the only reason anybody knew about Under Night as a game that a lot of people play is because they shill it on Twitter, man. You go on Twitter, somebody mentions Under Night, it's like, yeah, y'all should be playing this shit. So I'm all about it, man. I'm all about making noise for your game. You love a game, make noise for it, man. Don't be quiet. Like I feel like not to call anybody out, but I feel like the Soul Calibur and DOA communities are too quiet. I feel like they're too quiet.
well, I
They
mean,
need to
well,
show some more.
Soul Calibur just got done getting over one of their huge fits about the game. So
Okay, is that coming with the update that they're
uh,
gonna do?
no, that was before the last one where guard damage was way too high, and they were on a high horse about that for a long time.
Yeah, that's another thing. I'll give you an example, right? When you complain about your game, don't only complain about your game. Always complain and then say mention some good things about it. So with Sam's show, Genjiro was top tier, right? So fuck Genjiro. If it was only fuck Genjiro, then everybody be like, I'm not playing that game because fucking Genjiro's cheap. Why would I play that shit when Genjiro's cheap? But if you say fuck Genjiro, but everybody else is kind of cool, or the music's good, or the game has a good feel to it, it's just Genjiro's so strong right now. It has less of a negative overtone over your game. So I wish people would like pay attention to how they talk about their game because that kind of stuff will ruin it for people. When people play ranked and they had all that like people running around with dicks and shit on there. So Caliber, if you had just said like, yeah, they do that, but the lobby system is fine and I could still find matches. It's just I guess I really want them to improve on the ranked match. You could change the outlook on your game, and I feel like FGC is having a problem with that because I
Yeah,
feel like the fighting game community as a whole are very, very interesting and mixed group of people, right? Who come from different backgrounds and all kind of walks of life. So we tend to be no nonsense. That's just how we are. Because when you play fighting games, you have to be no nonsense in a way.
pretty much.
So
Yeah.
so when we see stuff like that, we just go hard on it. But we don't really think all the way through on what the kind of overtone we're setting for that game. So I wish that would be something of a focus. And if I could just get that message out there to all the Soul Calibur and DOA players, because what's gonna happen is you got all these fighting games coming out now, right?
Right.
And your game gotta survive over like Grand Blue, KOL 15, the new Guilty Gear coming out. Who knows? Capcom might say fucking throw a Darkstalkers out there. You don't know what's gonna happen. You have to put your game out there, which is why I fucking talk about Sam Show as much as I can, because I love this game. I didn't even think I was gonna love this game as much as I did, but I'm loving it, yo.
That you love it? That's it?
I love it, man. I love it to death. And the best part about me playing Sam Show is I got to come in with my cup empty. I didn't have any idea what kind of game it was. I just studied the mechanics, played 5 Special for like a month. That's another advantage that me and Painbot have over like everybody is like we are like experienced fighting game players that have played multiple fighting games. So we can just grind it out on whatever game, discuss, and actually think about like different ways to play the game and execute it, and then we could practice it and put it into action, and then that will put us further ahead than a lot of people because we're constantly talking about the game, constantly coming up with ideas about each character and discussing matchups. So if you could find you a training partner, man, that shit is godlike. And then there's also a piece of advice she gave me that I actually get to take advantage of because I have another roommate who's just started playing fighting games in January.
Uh-oh.
And I'm like I'm his sensei.
All
I
right.
told and so I've been teaching him, and he's actually learning pretty quickly for somebody who only started in January. He's learning faster than me. Not to say he's good or anything, but he's learning faster than me.
Wow, okay.
He knows. I say he knows. He knows. I get on him. I'm a pretty harsh teacher. Not negative. I'm not a negative teacher, but I tell it like it is.
You're stern.
Yeah, I'm stern. There you go. Thank you. I like that. I like your vocab, Doggy. You got a good vocab.
I try.
So I'm stern on him, and so a piece of advice you gave me was play people of a lower skill level than you. That way, you can keep your confidence and you can come up with ideas and put your skills in a different way. That way you don't have to be all upset when you when you lose to like your training partner or whatever. And that's actually helped out a lot because not only am I teaching him the game, I'm learning the game through him and I'm getting his reactions and feelings as he's playing from a different skill level. So that will give me more of a mindset and opportunity and idea of what I should do to people his skill level. And it also lets me practice my skills and focus on other things while I'm playing him. So it's a huge advantage. So we got 3 players here playing Sam Show, one of the same skill level. Me and Painbot, same skill level. Right now, I think he's a little bit better than me. I think he understands his character better than me. I know Charlotte destroys Gendro, but I think he just understands his character better because they nerfed the shit out of my character, and now I have to like relearn. I have to relearn Gendro. Yeah, I'm not complaining. It sucks because every time I say something about Gendro, it's like, oh, what, you think he's not good now? They nerfed one thing. But that's not the case. It's just he's a different character now, so you have to play him different.
So, how do you think you have to play? This lines me up perfectly to what I was originally trying to get to. Not to say that everything else like wasn't good, because I mean it actually was really good. But this is what I wanted to talk to you about was like Sam Show and what was going to go down next week. So Genjiro, he got changed, right?
Yeah, he got changed a lot.
All right. How do you think you play him now? How do you say he should be played now?
So Gendro, let's just start with how he was. Gendro was a strong character because the way the mechanics work and how other characters had to fight Gendro, he would turn you punishing him into high risk. So Gendro was very punishable the whole time. It's just the game was new and people weren't acclimated to punish him. So if you whiff a light DP, you could actually punish with a heavy, but like it's new, right? The game's new. Nobody's ready for that shit yet. So you got Genjos running around here throwing light DP or whatever and not getting punished. And when they do try to punish it, they get bodied because Genjo do a lot of damage, right? So if you try to punish, if I throw a light DP out, I can parry you. I got so many ways in the old version of Genjo to scare you and make you be very passive. And I got mix-ups, right? The 5K is an overhead. So me being near you, you're scared of 5K. So now that opens up a lot of stuff. I got a good crouch light kick that's cancelable in the DP. It still works, which is good. I'm so glad they kept that. So there's a lot of ways that Gendro is just fucking scary, man. He's a monster up close. Mid range is whatever. Far range, old Gendro was scary because the card, if it hit you when he's throwing a card, if you just get clipped out the air, he can get a 2C as a combo, which does a lot of damage. So
Yeah.
so you gotta be very careful and you have to be very on point with Gendro. While to the other party looking who's fighting Gendro, it just looks like this nigga just doing shit, man. He's just throwing DPs out. It's party time all the time with Gendro.
Party hard.
Yeah. Which I understand. I totally understand why everybody felt that way. Gendro is very strong pre-patch. Now, post-patch Gendro, they added a lot of recovery on his normals, and they took away the 5K being being an overhead, which is a necessary change. That was necessary. I understand that. But what they didn't account for is they added more recovery to his DP as well. That's very important.
Right.
What they didn't account for was the parry nerf, right? So Gendro, his main weakness, like every character coming in this game has a weakness built into their kit. Like you could just go down the list and I could tell you every character's weakness or whatever. We ain't got time for that. But Gendro, his weakness is the mid range. What made him okay at mid range pre-patch was his two a medium slash and his 5 medium slash and his card, being he could get some damage if he juggles you. So they took away the juggle properties in the game off of his card. And I think that was kind of universal. I think everybody has a hard time juggling. I guess they call it pursuit, but they took that away. And then which making his card kind of useless because you might as well just jump into it because I can't get that much damage. And you can doing a meaty is kind of risky in this game. So you can roll out. And they also made his 2M, they added recovery on that. So his best poke or his like best mid-range tools all got nerfed. So now he has nothing. He really, if you want to play mid-range, it's very risky for a little reward.
I can see
And if
that,
you play
yeah.
and if you play far range, there's not much to do except throw the card, which was fine if you could get a juggle. But the only reason you're threatened by Gendro far range is if he has a life lead and you're trying to jump at him or do something risky. Other than that, Gendro now currently has no real way to fight you at those ranges. So he has to fight you up close. And his natural weakness is if you block his mix up, he's very punishable. Very punishable. Like if you block the Rekka, a lot of characters can super special move punish it. Or if you're enraged, just punish with a weapon flip. And if he goes for the mix up, you can hold up, you can DP through it. There's a lot of options.
I mean,
Then
let me ask you a question real quick. Like, so you can SSM Rekka. I'm assuming the full Rekka on block, right?
Yeah, there's two ways to do it. You can do it on a third rep. SSM has a little bit of invulnerability on startup. Not much, but it's there. So you can on a third Rekka. He only has one timing to do it. Well, it's not that he only has one timing. It's just if you react to it, you can do it on the very start of the third Rekka, and that hit will whiff, and you'll SSM it. Or you can block it, and if you have a far-reaching SSM, you could just do it. There's no question about it. If you block the third rep of the Rekka, just do it. If you don't have a far-reaching SSM, then you have to dash into it, which is like a hard ask. I've tried it. I've done it in like casual matches, but it's not worth it. You might as well just get a 5C or something, which does a lot of damage too. So
yeah, that's what I was going to ask you. Is how many times has that happened to you so far?
I have been SSM. Painbot will SSM me, and I played a Jube player who did it. Other than that, it's not very likely. So I'm not gonna sit here and act like it's easy. The thing is, though, because it being SSMable means you could get a weapon flip, which is easy.
Right.
If you have rage, that's very easy. I watch people fight Gendro all the time with rage, and they never punish him with an SSM. So I mean, and Genjiro is really not that good without a weapon. He has a good normal, but if you block it, it's punishable, and then you could just do. There's a lot of characters who have a lot of techniques to get you away from your sword. So, he's basically harmless at that point.
He's one of the few characters that doesn't have a special move at all without his weapon, right?
Yeah, he has no special moves, so you have to do stuff like block and push block. That's a good option. Or throw and then combo into the run hit, and then
Right.
you can pick your weapon up. But that pushes him full screen. So if you throw the wrong direction or depending on where your weapon at, it's kind of risky. Other than that, man, he ain't got nothing. It's hard. It's hard without your weapon with Genjo. But I
But
don't want to sound like I'm complaining with him. He's very strong. He
I,
has a lot of strengths too now.
I go ahead. Like I was gonna ask you something else, but is it still the same things you were talking about earlier?
Oh yeah, so I guess his strengths are just his 2C, which will punish a lot of stuff. Like
I
if Charlotte bayonet lunges at the wrong range, you can 2C that shit every time, free.
I've heard about your adventures with 2C.
I love that butt, dude. I throw it like Balrog sweep, yo. It's not a
That's
hook,
exactly
but
what
damn,
I said. That's
oh,
exactly what I said to him because Paidbot was telling me about it. I was like, so it sounds like that's just Bates' sweep. That's Bates' Balrog Crouch Roundhouse.
yeah, it's beautiful because if they block it, I can instill a mix up in you. I might just DP or I might throw a card. You gotta be, or you might eat a Rekka mix up. So I have no problems with throwing it out, and it's very parryable. Actually, no, it's probably one of the hardest heavies to parry, actually. And it's a fun button, yo. It punishes a lot of stuff. It hurts. It makes you think twice about approaching me because if you run at Genjiro, you have to. If you try to stop, there's a recovery. So if I know you're gonna stop at a certain range, I'm gonna do it every time because you're gonna be in recovery. And
So
if you jump and I do it early enough, you'll get hit in the middle of your jump. So you gotta be careful.
here's my little take of the button. So after the patch came out, one of the big things I saw on the note was the recovery to deflects, which I'm gonna ask you about that in a second, right?
Okay.
And a lot of people were talking about, you can put a heavy on this on reaction. And just for a quick test, I turned the game on and I went to How because I play How Maru, right? And
Okay.
I set the dummy to do a deflect, block, do a deflect, do a couple of things, basically to see if I could H it on reaction, right? To see it on reaction.
hmm
And I was like, y'all people crazy, right?
How is one of the
Yeah,
slowest stat heavies in the game as well.
I'm not one of the top three in the state, all right? So this is just my quick test. Let me have it. So
All right.
just on a whim, just like quick test, I was like, this thing is pretty hard. So I left it for a couple days because no, I don't really grind it. I'm not even gonna front. But after talking to Painbot last week, and he mentioned Genjiro 2C, I went back and I tried that button specifically, and I was like, I don't think I can ever miss this.
Yeah, it's too easy, right? It's like it's fun. That shit hit you like, damn. Whoo, that boy got to think twice about coming and trying that shit. Yeah, it's fun. Yeah,
That's a pretty good button.
and one of Genjiro's strengths is he's not very deflectable because his best mid range posts are not even that good, and one of them's a low. So he ain't really gonna be poking you like that, to be honest. So not only do you rarely get the chance to deflect him, and if you do, you're gonna get killed for it. So I think that's a very good thing. And also, the deflect nerf was very necessary, and I'm happy they did it. And I don't know a lot of people noticed, but all they did was flip the recovery of dodge to the recovery of deflect.
Ah,
So the recovery on reflect is actually the old recovery on dodge, and the recovery on dodge is the old recovery of deflect. So just to get an idea on how much recovery you have to punish that, it's like it's a lot.
so how has that affected your game in like the past 2 weeks? I think the patch has been out for 2 weeks now, and let's be real, you were a big offender to the double deflect.
Oh yeah, I love that shit. I love that shit. And it was really so when I look at it harshly and I analyze myself, I was doing that to make up for Genjo's lack of mid range. So why am I fighting the mid range with Gendro? It's because I want to get in. I want to bully you. I want to control that space. So what's the best way to make somebody who has good buttons stop doing shit? Well, threaten the fact that if you swing, I'm a parry it and SSM and take like 80% of your life. So I would throw out parry just to scare you. I don't even care if it hits. I just want to scare you. And then maybe I'll put a read behind it and try to guess if you're gonna swing. But the recovery is so good. A lot of time I whiff parry and then somebody swing on me and I DP through it, or they jump and I DP that. So the fact that they changed it, it means I can't use it as a crutch. Not to say I don't parry anymore, but it's not like I
Right.
could take over the mid range like I used to with, you know.
Okay. So you sound like you still have a plan, right? Like you understand what was happening before, and it sounds like you've made or in the process or you've made the adjustment afterwards, right?
Yeah, man. Gendro now is just a Shoto. He's like a turtly Shoto. So he's got his mix up still. But like I said, they're all very punishable, right?
Right.
So you just put them at a different timing where it's threatening. So, you know, what's scarier to you? Cross up, mix up at the start of the match, or a cross up mix up like 20 seconds in when we both kind of got like uh a same life lead. You know what I mean?
Uh, I mean, if we have the same life, it's about the same. Honestly, it's still a cross up.
Yeah, but what if I cross you up and then there's only like 20 seconds left on the clock and you
Yeah.
got hit. Now you got to get back on me, and now you have to take the initiative, not me, because my character ain't got nothing to really like get in on you. But if I get a life lead, you're giving me the space I want, so you're gonna be running at me, and I can make you pay for it. That's when people start running into the two C's. They start getting anti-air to uppercut, or they eat some card mix-ups. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get you. Still a cross up though. Either way.
Yeah, it is. And the best advice I can say for the cross up is if you get hit, just hold the opposite direction anyway. Because if you get hit, it's going to be a combo. And a lot of times, if they do it at a bad range, it's not going to combo anyway. And you'll just walk for it and it'll whiff anyway. So just hold cross up or hold up. A lot of people now they do the hold up. But if you hold cross up, you'll probably get a punish. So that's why I say what I say on that one.
Fair enough. So let me cut to the chase at this because we've talked a bit about the money. We talked about some of the people that are going to be at +2. We talked a bit about who you plan at +2. And I'm assuming that you're sticking with Genjiro through and through. You're not too concerned about Jubei, right?
I still got Jubei in the back pocket. Don't get me wrong. I haven't said I haven't been playing any other character.
Fair
You know.
enough. But have you? How do I put this? It sounds like you're heavily invested in the Genjiro because like Genjiro's clearly gone down. Jubei to
Mhm.
some degree has gone up, right?
Yeah,
And
just the nerf that everybody has made him gone up.
and even with that, you still want to play Genjiro though.
Yeah. I think I like Gendro. I like how he plays. I think he fits my play style. He feels like Balrog a little bit. And I don't think he's that bad, man. I don't. I see the nerfs, but I think they nerfed a lot of the brain dead shit, and they just made you. Basically said, "Hey, when you punish, it's gonna hurt. If you pick your spots, it's gonna hurt. So be careful on how you decide to go ham and exit the game plan, because the game plan with Gendro is punishment and hold your life lead, and they give you everything you need to do that. So for me, the bad matchups for Gendro that feel really hard are the matchups where it's a risk for me to try to like back off, if that makes sense.
A risk for where you try to reset neutral or
Yeah,
reset your
yeah, yeah.
spacing,
Exactly. Like, first of all, if I can't win the neutral anyway, I'm gonna have to do something to you, right?
right?
So now I have to take a risk. And then once I take a risk, how bad does that character punish me for taking that risk? If what I get from that risk is less than what that character can punish me with and keep going with, then yeah, it's probably a bad matchup. Also, what can I do to that character? Do my mix-ups even work on that character? Because 5K is not an overhead anymore. So the only mix-up I really got is card into something. That's the only mix-up you really got. Everything else is kind of like whatever you let me have.
So, is Charlotte one of these characters?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Because what am I gonna do? And then the best part about Charlotte is, yeah, her cross up, her jump heavy is kind of hard to make cross up,
Right.
but it's still short jump arc, so it's hard to anti-air, right? So you can still impose your will on me by implementing a throw game in the jump. So if you do jump heavy and combo jump it, I don't know if a lot of people know what combo jump, but that's when you cancel the recovery animation of your jump.
It's when you jump again like you do in every other 2D game.
Yeah, but I don't think people understand like there's a timing to it.
Yeah, they sure don't. And I don't
Because
blame.
I watch other people play all the time and they never combo. They just jump and they let the recovery happen and they jump again.
Because they hold. So that's one thing that bothered me when I first started playing this game. It's like I can accept that the game is different and that's what they wanted in the system, but it's the
Right.
only game that does that. And I was like, who sat down and thought this was cool?
Yeah, it's definitely different, right?
it just it adds to the stiffness to the game because I'm like, why? Like, why does this have to be here?
I felt like it was just to implement another mind game to ESIN. Because it's kind of brain dead. If they jump, you could just ESIN it free because of recovery. But if
Okay,
you jump and combo jump, the ESIN becomes infinitely harder and less likely to hit. So it's kind of scary to do. So I give you an example. Yashimaru has a double jump, right?
right,
So not only are you being very careful of when you try to ESIN his landing, but if he combo jumps the landing, because he falls faster on the second double jump. So he jumps. If he just lands, it's slow. But if he double jumps, his landing is faster actually. And if he throws a combo jump in there, you're probably not gonna ESIN just on the fact that you're hesitating already. So it's also a mind game to the combo jump that not a lot of people play yet because they don't understand how it works.
just let me hold up like every other game because I wanted to
I hear
jump
you,
again.
brother. I hear you, man. I hear you. I hear you. I hear you. I definitely understand. It's definitely a lot of new Sam show that don't need to be there. But at the same time,
I wouldn't go as far as to say it doesn't need to be there, but it's obnoxious. Like it's really obnoxious. That's how I feel about it. But
I mean, it's the same thing with Tekken. Like, why do I have to do this complicated input just to back up?
you don't have to Korean backdash. You can just do a good old backdash cancel. Just
Yeah, go
back.
ahead, see how far you get not doing that shit.
Ah, ah, I ain't trying to win a Tekken World Tour.
True.
A wise man once told me just hold back the block. That man just won Red Bull Conquest.
Okay, that is true. That boy Anakin, and but I still see him Korean backdashing. So
That's because he could do it.
Doggy, you can do anything you put your mind to, bro. It's just how much effort and time you want to put in. All that is.
Since we're talking about Tekken, I don't know because I want to do a taunt jet upper. I've literally done one in my life. It's kind of hard.
It is hard. It is very hard. I've done a bunch of perfect electrics though, and I didn't think I could do that shit.
Proud of you.
Oh yeah.
I'm proud of you.
I fucking went out and got myself something to eat after doing down 4-2 on a perfect electric.
What'd you get?
I went I went up to Zaxby's and got me the wings and things.
That's what I get now that I think about it. So I can't even complain about that.
Yeah, it's good. I like that Zax sauce too.
I get it. I eat it. I'm not much of a sauce person, but I don't hate it. So it's alright.
I mean, it's better than getting a chicken sandwich from Popeyes.
Okay. What's your horror story? You sound like you got a horror story.
So me and Painbot was gonna go eat, and he definitely wanted to go get the fucking chicken sandwich, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we thought nothing of it, man. We live in the South. We live in the boonies. We don't give a fuck, right? So we driving down there. We don't think it's gonna be crowded. We just go on to Popeyes. They got shitty service, But who cares? Ain't nobody at Popeyes. We drive, and then there's like traffic, and we're like, what's going on? It's fucking Saturday. Why is there traffic at Pop? Anyway, so we get closer to the Popeyes, and we actually see the Popeyes parking lot.
Duh,
And
duh,
it's just cars
duh.
looped around the thing and into the road, causing more traffic on the main road. And Popeyes customer service is garbage. So they taking about 30 minutes to get these sandwiches out. That shit is trash. So I'm like, dang. Well, man, we gotta look for something else. We gotta look for something else because we're not gonna sit here and fucking wait for the Popeye chicken sandwich that probably just gonna be whatever anyway. Who cares? I'd rather just get a Chick-fil-A sandwich. At least I ain't gotta wait. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's effectively what you're gonna get with it. Because I mean, see, I get to laugh at everybody because I'm hearing all these stories now. I drive by like both the Popeyes in my cities, and I see the same thing, and I'm like, I just happened to go. I just happened to go out the night that they first talked about it, right? The night that it blew up,
Right.
and there was nobody at the Popeyes around the corner from me. Like I literally walked in, there was nobody in the drive-through. There were 2 customers in the store, and I was like, "Let me get one of these new chicken sandwiches." They were like, "Plop, here you go." Had it in 2 minutes, in and out. I was like, "Huh." And now I just hear war stories.
So, yeah. There you go. Shit. I bet you enjoyed it more than the person you had to wait 40 minutes for that shit.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It was honestly it was just a Chick-fil-A sandwich, but it was pretty good.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm sure it's good, but I just don't. Social media has the power to blow up anything and make anything relevant to society or like make it popular. So just look at this Area 51 shit. Like, hey, that shit, I never would have thought of any kind of situation like that. But it's social media and it's internet, so it's just amazing how much power that shit has.
So you telling me you didn't pull up, man? Are you not gonna go pull up?
I ain't pulling up, dog.
Come on, man.
I got all these Sam Show tournaments to win and run. So
what if they have a Sam Show tournament at Area 51? Yo, what if the alien?
Are they throwing a pop bonus on it?
the aliens might put a ship out there for you, man.
I'd win a Sam Show tournament to meet an alien. At least I do it the honest way, rather than storming the building like a Naruto ninja and getting waxed like some background character.
Believe it.
But whatever, it's a free world. Well, not really, not for everybody, but you have your own free will. If you want to go do some crazy shit, you can do it. You just have to accept the consequences.
The consequence of sitting in line for an hour trying to get a sandwich?
Yes, those consequences. If you deem it worth it, then by God, go for it.
Oh man. Look, this is about to be 45. I was trying to keep this around like 20.
That was quick. That was quick. I'm sorry, man. That went by quick.
There's nothing to be sorry about. It's great. Like, this is what I expected from this. Like, I mean, I had an agenda, but there were still great things to talk about, so I ain't worried about it.
Oh, yeah, I love FGC anything, so I could talk all day about this stuff, man. No problem. No problem. If you want me to shill Sam Show some more, you want me to come back on here, I'll do it.
Oh,
okay, I love to talk about Sam Show.
you about to come back? You about to come back? Because
cool.
That's one of the other parts that I had in my mind about this is instead of just trying to be one and done with everybody, it's just like get some people back to talk about some other topics.
Yeah, man. One beautiful thing about FGC is always something going on, always, and you can almost always be involved with it. It is a community. It is actually a community. Unlike, I feel like some people forget what a community is, or they don't appreciate what a community is. If it's like when I've helped so many people, and I have been helped by so many people in the FGC that I'm just so appreciative, and I just love the community. So it's a part of my life, and I respect it a lot. So it means a lot to me, and I feel like people don't understand that, or they take it for granted.
Yeah. That's all that really needs to be said is yeah.
Yeah, don't take it for granted. Anybody listening, Do your best for your community, support it. We're kind of spoiled in Atlanta. Well, not kind of. We are spoiled in Atlanta.
Yeah,
We are very
yeah,
spoiled in Atlanta. Like people don't even understand. We get more interest in our locals than some of the big name locals. So okay, we don't do as well as we want to do at majors, but over the time that's changing. We're getting way better. I got 49th at Evo. I think Scott got top 16. Uh Anakin got third at Evo. I mean, like, we doing damage. Oh yeah, and we doing damage in Street Fighter. We just took over the Red Bull Conquest in Florida. Which they I love your tweet where you said they should have just saved everybody some money and had it in Atlantic. That was godlike. Because
yeah.
we just went and took that shit. So yeah, we got great players in Atlanta, man. Go if you don't go to your local, at least try to support because you are part of the community, whether you like it or not. If you follow everything, you may not be active, but at the same time, if nobody did anything or if nobody tried to improve the community, we'd be very stagnant, and then you'd be wondering where all the tournaments at. But look, we got tournaments. We got 2, 3 tournaments every week, so there's nothing to complain about.
It's at the smash point where there's one every day. Depends on what you
Is it
play.
really?
Yeah, I mean, if you look up there in Atlanta, like between 404 and Axis now, there's like some tournament every day.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. Yeah, there's no real reason to not come out to something.
It's too
You know,
far.
I mean, I'm about to go to the Sam Show tournament tomorrow at 404, and that's an hour drive from me.
That,
So
that's it? An hour?
yeah. Well, for some people, that's KO. You say an hour, they like, nah, man. I'd rather sit on my couch and play. I don't know, Modern Warfare 2 or some shit. Just come out, man. An hour drive, just put on Doggy's podcast, listen to people talk, and then drive, and you'll get there.
Oh man. Hopefully we will get there sometime in the future. But for now, this is the part where I'm cutting this.
All right. Thanks for talking to me, man.
Thanks for being here, Bates. Catch you
No
later.
problem.